our guest of honor and speaker assumed post as the Assistant Division Commander for Reserve Force Development of 7ID in September 2023. He obtained his Bachelor of Science in Management from the Philippine Military Academy and graduated as a proud member of Marilac Class of 1995. Numerous military trainings, courses, and seminars he attended contributed to his competency development as a senior military officer. He was appointed as a cadet in the Philippine Military Academy in 1991 to 1995. He took his basic and advanced infantry courses at Training Command, Philippine Army in 1995 and 2005 respectively. Military Intelligence Officers Course in 2001 at the Intelligence School, Army Intelligence Regiment, Philippine Army. The IP Protection Course in 2002 at the Presidential Security Group Training School. The Psychological Operations Course in 2010 at the Civil Military Operations School, Civil Military Operations Regiment, Philippine Army. The Command and General Staff Course and the Command Staff Operations Law Course, both in 2016 at the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College. His love for learning also led him to pursue several graduate programs geared toward professional development, such as Masters in Development Management at the Development Academy of the Philippines in 2014, Masters in Public Management, Major in Development and Security in 2016, also at the Development Academy of the Philippines, Masters in National Security Administration, the National Defense College of the Philippines in 2021. His military careers revolved around the fields of intelligence, operations, civil military operations, education, and training. Some of his noteworthy designations were his post as platoon leader, executive officer, intelligence officer, and as company commander of the 33rd Infantry Battalion, 1st Infantry Division, Philippine Army, commanding officer of the intelligence company under the Presidential Security Group in 2006 to 2008, Chief of the Presidential Security Group's Operations Center in 2010, commanding officer of the 48th and 84th Infantry Battalions, 7th Infantry Division, Philippine Army in 2017 to 2019, the Assistant Chief of Staff for Operations G3 of the 7ID, and concurrent as Joint Task Force 3 of the Joint Task Force Kaugnay of the Northern Luzon Command, Armed Forces of the Philippines in 2019 to 2020, Chief of Staff of the Civil Military Operations Regiment in 2020, Chief Training, Research and Evaluation Division, Office of the Deputy Chief of Staff for Education, Training and Doctrine, J8, General Headquarters, Armed Forces of the Philippines in 2022, Inspector General of 7ID, while at the same time rendered instructor duties in various training. In view of this assignment, he became a recipient of numerous awards and recognition for his capability, dedication, and contribution to the service, such as Gold Cross medals, Service Cross Medal, Bronze Cross medals, Distinguished Service Star, Distinguished Service Medal, Academic Proficiency Award, Award of Command Plaque, Military Merit Medals, Military Commendation Medals, numerous letters of commendations and certificates of appreciation from various organizations, private institutions, and individuals. was also a recipient of the Philippine government's Order of the Candula, degree of an officer, award by the Unuk-Lisdan, the President of the Philippines, Her Excellency Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Our guest of honor and speaker was born on 11 May in Balay-Balay City, Bukidnon Province, in the southern Philippines, and married to Miss Adelcita Pareni Bergonia. They are blessed with two sons, namely Allen Grant and Jesse Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you our guest of honor and speaker, a man with dedication and honor, the Assistant Division Commander for Reserve Development, 7ID, Colonel George M. Bergonia, Infantry Masters in National Security Administration, Philippine Army.
Thank you. Please take your seats. The reason I am ashamed of reading my sketch is that it might be longer than my actual speech actually. So last night I told my chief, just state my name. No need to read my sketch. Anyway, a pleasant Sunday to each and every one of you. Praise, glory, and honor to God always, and giving us a very fine day today. From the negative degrees Celsius in Alaska to positive 32 degrees here in the Philippines. We are joined together to conduct this mobilization exercise, and I should call it a mobilization exercise training. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge all the participants, the service participants coming from 301st Red Reserve Infantry Battalion and 307 Red Reserve Infantry Battalion from the provinces of Nueva Ecija and Aurora respectively. Please give them a big round of applause. Because for them, this is not an easy task or training, because most of them have been here since I think May 2 or May 3. Sorry, June 2 or June 3, that was in Tuesday or Wednesday maybe, and they have left their respective jobs or tasks. We have here from the Academy, the one who stated the impression a while ago, and these 95 participants here only form part of less than 3% of all the regular service in our area. For now, we have 9 regular service infantry battalion, but as we start in the 3rd and 4th quarter, our regular reserve infantry battalion will increase up to 12. Why? Because from the northern Luzon in Ilocos Norte down to Bataan in Region 3, all of them will be placed operational control under 7 Infantry Division. So again, when your commander of 33rd offers mobilization support battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Patricia Noel, ma'am, palakpakan din natin sa. When we say palakpak means to clap our hands. I would like also to acknowledge Lieutenant Colonel Joey Hoxha, although she is no longer here with us. She departed, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, back to the US. And I would like also to acknowledge all the training instructors and our counterpart from the US Army who taught our reservists during this mobilization exercise. Please give them a round of applause. Because if not for all of them, this training exercise would not be successful. I would like also to acknowledge the 3rd RCDG Commander, Colonel Mariolito Reterba. Please give him a round of applause, please. And of course, our representative from Assistant Chief of Staff for Reserve Force Development, OG9 Philippine Army, Major Bandong, and of course, this will not be successful enough without our support personnel. Not only from the U.S. Reserve Command, but also from 7ID, the 3rd RCDG, and all our support personnel. So ladies and gentlemen, blessed Sunday to each and every one of you. Today we conclude an important chapter in our shared effort to strengthen the defense of the Philippines. I think this is part of our SABAC 2026. Correct? This is part of SABAC, supposedly, but we did it unilaterally with our U.S. counterparts in the Reserve Force or Reserve Command under the auspices of the 9 Mission Command, Mission Support Command, correct? So this has given us a very valuable opportunity to rehearse and validate our core concepts essential to territorial defense. When we talk about territorial defense, 790 was the first division to be designated as the Territorial Defense Division since 2018. But since 2018, we have been confronting our internal enemies or internal threat. That's why we only started a few years back to really focus on territorial defense. And to the reservists of the 301st and 307th Red Reserve Infantry Battalion, your participation demonstrates clearly that the reserve force is more than a strategic reserve. You are our force multipliers and trusted partners in the regular force. And through your commitment, you expand our operational depth, extend our reach across multiple domains, and strengthen our ability to respond, whether internal or external threats, or even to natural disasters that would strike our towns and provinces, especially here in Region 1 and Region 3. This exercise also advanced interoperability with our U.S. partners, working side by side with them, specifically with the Alaska National Guard. Are all of these instructors coming from Alaska National Guard or not? Sure. Okay. This broadened our shared understanding not only of the mission command systems, joint and multinational coordination, and execution across live, virtual, and constructive environment. Our cooperation that we have shown today reaffirms the strength of the Philippine-U.S. alliance and the mutual defense treaty as practical instruments of regional security, not just statements of policy. During the courtesy call, I actually recommended or suggested to Lieutenant Colonel Howell that for the next iteration, can you still do it with 790? For the next iteration, because I understand this is your 3rd iteration, and this was the first time that 790 service under the recipient of this particular training. And I stated a while ago, the 95 reservists here in front of us forms only less than 3% of our reserve force in whole of Regions 1 and Region 3. Again, the readiness comes from state training and mobilization will prove our discipline, planning, and resolve. Although there are many trainings already that have been conducted for our reservists here at 7ID, we understand that this training is also very important for the development of our reserve The rehearsals you conducted, and as stated a while ago during the synopsis, all the program of instructions have been conducted since day one up to yesterday afternoon. The rehearsals you conducted for sustainment operations, tactical integration, inform how we posture our forces to protect the archipelago out to the limits of our exclusive economic zones. And as stated a while ago, the lessons learned coming from us, but most importantly, we have learned so much from the instructors and the trainers coming from the U.S. Reserve Command. As the service and leaders, we uphold the highest standards of professionalism and safety. Train hard, but train safe. Because as we say always in the military, it is better to sweat in training than to shed blood during combat. Maintain your equipment, follow standard procedures, and keep clear, timely communication across units and commands. Protect each other's, and our greatest asset is the men and women who stand ready for the nation. Allow me again to recognize the officers and staff who planned and executed this training. Of course, from my office, the Office of the Assistant Division for the Reserve Force Development, and the 7ID Training Committee, from the Office of the Assistant Chief of Staff for Training, OG8, and the Assistant Chief of Staff for Operations, OG3. I would like also to acknowledge the Assistant Chief of Staff for Logistics, OG4, for, of course, the facilities and all the logistics requirements. The 3rd RCDG and the Philippine Army Reserve Command, and of course the 301st and 307 Community Defense Centers, who handles the 301st and 307 in the Reserve Infantry Battalion. To our instructors from the United States Reserve Command, thank you for sharing your expertise and advancing our interoperability. We will never forget your kindness, your generosity, and helping us strengthen our reserve force. And to its reservists who took part for this training, your presence here today is a testament to your duty. Continue to sharpen your skills, stay disciplined, and keep faith with the people you protect. And the Republic depends on your readiness. Let us leave this exercise stronger, more connected, and more capable. Stand ready, stand professional, and stand together. As citizen soldiers, you remain an indispensable force multiplier in safeguarding our communities and supporting our nation's security. May the lessons learned, the bonds that were forged, and the commitment strengthened throughout this exercise inspire us to serve with greater dedication and purpose. And together, let us remain vigilant, resilient, and ever prepared to answer our duty whenever and wherever our country needs us. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay ang mga Reserve Force. Mabuhay ang Sandatang Lakas ng Pilipinas. God bless everyone. Thank you.